Hi and welcome to tonight's chill community livestream. So today we have two things. First out, welcome, of course. And I'm super excited to show you my plugin. I made a plugin, it's like a musical toolbox arpeggiator sequencer. And yeah, I'm going to show you making a little bit of the music with the plugin, and show you a little bit how it works, and feel free to ask me if you have any type of questions. I've seen we already have some questions on the video I posted or published earlier today on this new plugin. It's called the Morningdew Arpeggiator. C-Scale, welcome. Defiance Energy, hi there. Yes, Mina, 4808, welcome. So after the showcase, just gonna keep it brief and short, and after that we'll take requests. I'm actually trying to log into my Discord channel, but apparently it's malfunctioning at the moment. There's some kind of error with the API. Let me know if you're having the same problem accessing the Discord channel. I see you. Good to have you. So I'll be playing a little bit of piano, and we'll talk a little bit about the plugin here in the beginning. But first, we're listening to, in tradition, one of my own tracks. This is Cuileann. If you're new to the stream, you might have heard this track before, if you're a regular on my channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like here below, and we're gonna have a good time. And of course, if you do super thanks or super chat messages here in the chat, your song requests is gonna be prioritized, of course. But yeah, F-Type 77, hi there, welcome. Yeah, I'm having a real big problem logging into the Discord. I was trying to post about the live stream on the Discord in due time. I know I'm a little bit late here today, but we have prepared a stream for tomorrow. So tomorrow we're doing Eugenics Part 2 live stream. And it's gonna be the usual time, 9 PM Central European time. So make sure you join in tomorrow for some more Eugenics. Some really cool tracks in that game. And I can't wait to try it out. And why? Discord is down for you too. Shit happens. Shit happens. But we have a new t-shirt. The menu boss. And you know what that means. I just saw a question on posted on my YouTube post regarding the menu boss. I was asking people what they felt were the most difficult menu boss to beat. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, anyone? Or maybe Silksong, Genshin Impact, Dark Souls. Right, so that was Cuileann. Yossa, hi there, welcome. Yeah, Discord is messed up totally. So if any of you manage to log into Discord and you're on my Discord channel, please post the link to this live stream. Dlazers, hi there, I see you. For the first track, how about the village surrounded by green from Genshin Impact? Okay, first request of today. I'm gonna make sure to write your requests on a little note. My little notebook. Waltz of the Tornado. Yes, but first we're gonna check out the new plugin that I made, because you can make some great music with that. And I've actually wanted to have this kind of a plugin for a really long time, because often, I mean, I jump between different music applications and DAWs, digital audio workstations. And most of the time, the arpeggiators that comes with the application, they are kind of basic. And I usually want to get my ideas going quite quickly. When I have a musical idea, I want to have it fast, up and running. Because you know how it is these days. We have very limited time. Especially if you have 3 kids and a big family. Florent, hi there, good to see you. Support the channel. Patreon.com/Gellin. Right, so we're gonna jump over to a different view. This is Logic Pro music application. And I have a little arrangement going. Gonna see if I can hide, so you can see a little bit more of the actual arrangement. And as you can see, it's just, if you're anything into music production, you can see it's mostly like sustained notes. That's because it's mostly the arpeggiator that's making the magic with the notes. But I'm just gonna fire off this arrangement so you can hear what it's like. And you can see the only thing that's like the played with the notes. That's the piano at the top here. Almost ready for the VJam concert. Yeah, I had little time to practice. Like the last week here when I was sick, I've just been focusing on building on this plugin. I could barely do anything else. I haven't been playing that much. I mostly only play during the streams there. But I'm gonna fire away this song here so you can hear what we have going. Thank you, F-Type. Yeah, good to see you too. I'm gonna mute the mic here, because I'm gonna play a little bit on top of this. Because this is what I'm talking about with the music inspiration tool. Listen. I'll just shut up. Right, so I think that's enough jamming. Yeah, thanks. Hope you enjoyed that little jam. So I'm going to show you what's going on here behind the scenes, so to speak. Because as I told you, you can see it's mostly sustained notes here. But the real magic is happening with this plugin I made. So if I solo this track, it's just one of the stock plugins of Logic Pro. It's called Sculpture. I know it looks like a mess, this user interface. It's a really old user interface for this plugin, but Apple did update some of the interfaces here on some of the plugins in Logic, but some of them are still this really old but gold. Anyways, so on top of that we have my Arpeggiator plugin, the Morningdew Arpeggiator, which is released today. So this is what's going on behind the scenes. You might have seen an arpeggiator before or not, but you have basically these different steps, these pillars, which you can control the velocity, the amplitude. And now we can just play one single note here on the keyboard, and it's gonna play some notes for us. If we also make sure to run the sequencer. I'm just gonna mute this clip so we can play on the keyboard. I think it messed up the plugin. I'm just gonna do it like this. There we go. Stream having issues? I have no idea. Yeah, might be so. I'm seeing the bitrate is dropping. Damn. Hate my internet connection. It's not the best. Let's see if we can just move the chat briefly. It's a little bit hard to read. Something like that. Yeah, might be. It might be so. I mostly often have like a piano or something in the background. Let's see if I can fix it. But I don't think that's the problem. I think it's the connection that's the problem. I think that's the issue. Vidcanic Marco. Hi there, good to see you. It seems like the stream rate is going like up and down all the time. Hi there, Julia, welcome. Right, so I'm gonna change this the arpeggiator to free mode, so I don't need to play the sequencer in order to hear the arpeggio. But of course we need to solo the track. So now it's just on a piano track. So you can see I just need to hold the note here, and we get all this magic with different chords and repetitions. It's called the ratchets, these green steps. But let's begin with a simple sequence. I'm just gonna press init here, so we get the basic, the most basic of arpeggio, And I'm gonna change some of these steps to be a little bit less high velocity, so you don't have as loud steps. And change the arpeggio to 3. And then you can of course turn off steps like this. We can activate latch, which will mean that if I play something here on the piano, it will lock the notes and continuously play those notes. You can change the rate. So it goes faster, the arpeggio. But since we're in free mode, we're controlling the rate here, how fast the arpeggio is going with the rate. Now that's like the most basics of using an arpeggiator like this, like activating and deactivating steps. And that's basically what the basic core arpeggiator of this music application Logic Pro will give you by default. And that's why I built this more advanced plugin that can do a lot more than just the simple arpeggios like this. Yeah, stream is lagging a bit. I hope the music is not lagging. It's only the image. Piano time, oh yes. So I'm gonna change to 2 octaves. That means it will successfully change octave. You can also transpose separate steps just by pressing below the fader like this. So you can hear we're doing more and more advanced things here with this little step sequence. Now, next up here, I'm going to show you the step modifiers, which is a really cool thing where you can apply modifications to each of these steps. Stutter boss. Damn, that's not good. I wonder why that is. So say that we want to change this step here in the middle. We want to make it a chord instead. We can just press right click on this on and off button. This is where you turn on and off the different steps. So we can right click there or press in the upper corner. There's a little tiny icon there to get access to the menu, the options. So we're going to change this one to a chord, maybe a sus2 or a root and a fifth note. Let's say take a sus2. And I'm just going to hold the note like this. And let's make this one into a sus4. Damn. Damn. That's not good. Bloody stream. Why is that? So bloody annoying when the bitrate is dropping like hell. Let's see if we can do something about that. Exactly. Yeah, we can do minimalistic stuff now. Absolutely. Yeah, elite FPS. It's like minus. Yeah. I'm reading in OBS drop frames 20%. Bloody A. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll probably have to delete the stream afterwards if it's dropping frames like that. Let's see if this works better. The music application I'm using here is the Logic Pro on the Mac. So next up we can also add more advanced stuff. You're starting to hear it's becoming a little bit more advanced, sounding a little bit more like something more melodic and something more like played. Let's change this one to using the step divider modifier, which is going to add this kind of ratchet, which means we're going to have multiple notes within the same step here. And of course we can do other stuff like changing this to a minor chord or add 9. Let's change that to an add 9 instead. So now we get this more like a major feel of this arpeggio. But now to some even more advanced stuff. We're going to use the randomize feature here, which is where the real magic happens. So we have this arpeggio, and say that we like this, but we want to have some variation in this. We can go to the random feature up here, and you can see there's tons of options here. So say that we want to have we want to improvise over something in the minor key, or in the major, or something in Dorian. Let's say we want to improvise over something in minor. We can use the randomize minor chord focus. And you can see all these staples, or all these steps changed. You got different modifiers on each of the different steps here. And you can of course go ahead and change these. So let's fire away this and hear what happened. So you can hear now it's in a major key, but we have a totally different feel. We have more different chord changes. So now we can go ahead and take a look at what kind of chords it picked. So here we have a root and a fifth. And on another step, also root and fifth. And here it shows a minor seventh. So it's gonna like roll a dice here on each of these steps and change them to something within the minor key. And also making transposition. These yellow ones, these are transpositions up or down, a few notes. But it's all within the key. You could also do a random for something like Dorian. Or make it a major. And if you don't like that sequence or don't like the chords, you can just press random here as many times as you need until you find something that you like. But we're gonna go for Dorian, I think, instead. minor is much better. What do you think? But we probably want this first step to be without any modifications. But yeah, we could have it in root plus a fifth. That should work. The thing is, this plugin works in any DAW. It's a VST3 plugin that I made. And it's also AU. So you have VST3 and AU, so you can use it in. You can use it in FL Studio, or Bitwig, or Cubase, or Pro Tools. Not Pro Tools yet, but if it's... I don't remember if it supports the VST3. It's been quite some time since I used Pro Tools. The thing is, we can also activate something called the run last function on turnaround. That means that every time it makes a turnaround from the start of this arpeggio. Yeah, battle theme. Exactly. So each time it makes a turnaround, it's gonna randomize and scramble all these minor chords or minor note transpositions. So you can see now we have this little blue box around. That means that it's gonna run the last function I chose. And since the last function we chose is the randomized Dorian chord, it's gonna do that function every time it returns from the start. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna hold the F key. So you can see it scrambles all these different steps each time it returns from the beginning. So you get like an infinite amount of variations. So you can like put this on in the background and just go to bed and meditate on something. Maybe. But what I do usually is I run something like this, maybe change the key to a different key after a few bars, and then I improvise on top of that. So that's exactly what I did for this arrangement where we have the piano on the top here. So you can hear that cute arpeggio working in the background, and we can improvise on top of that. So that's a really cool thing about these kind of sequences. And of course, this specific sequencer I made here, or this plugin, it supports up to 128 steps, and your usual arpeggiator only has 16 steps. So you can just increase the steps here, 128. And then you can flip through these 4 different pages. So you can build really long and complicated sequences. But now on this second page, it's just gonna, you see we don't have any modifiers here. So it's just gonna play like the same C note, or varying between the root and an octave, since we have octave 2. But we're going to reduce the steps here and only work with 32 steps. Or 16 steps, maybe. Yeah, so you can see it's a really powerful little music inspiration toolbox. And of course, you can also randomize the steps, the activation of the steps, if you want to do that. Now we did only the minor key kind of randomization. So it's going to keep the steps intact that we have a program from this, that we programmed for this sequence. So it's not going to change like it activates some of these other steps. So it keeps the same kind of rhythm. So that's a kind of crucial thing. At least I felt that for the plugin. Yeah, exactly. You get like a Breath for the Wild track in the beginning there. And the really cool thing is that you can automate all these parameters with automation. And Like I did there with the velocity to make it like swell. Just listen. Let's actually do something with that. I'm gonna do something Breath of the Wild style. Let's do that. Just because we can. I'm gonna record some stuff here. And we're just gonna make sure it begins on in the beginning of the bar, and extend it for a really long time. So we have many bars to improvise over. So we're gonna have that as our backdrop, and now we can improvise on top of that. Let's see, do we have it in the beginning? I'm also gonna ride that velocity and record some changes in that. So I'm gonna activate something called latch on this track, which means it will record everything I do on the interface of this plugin, on the parameter changes. So we're going to slowly swell this. Yeah, maybe. So you can hear there's a small like details happening in the arpeggio. It's not like the same scale. That's what I'm talking about. The whole like point with this plugin is to have some kind of organic things happening with the random here. But I could always, if I don't like that it's randomizing, we can always just go here and deactivate the run last function on turnaround, and it will keep this sequence intact for us. But we're gonna have it at random, so we have more liveliness in the background. So now I can just take another track with piano. And we're gonna make a really lush, spacious piano. And we're gonna do some Breath of the Wild battle theme, or Genshin Impact battle theme. But we will probably need to add some like percussion and stuff to get really into battle mode. But let's see what we can do. There we go. Not the best improvisation, but whatever. Just showing you how quickly you can get like musical ideas going. Because we have this, we have a nice little backdrop going. And it's much easier to improvise and get ideas flowing if you have something organic in the background. Like having a friend playing with you. A little melody maybe? That's wonderful to hear. So that's the magic behind using an arpeggiator. Or in this case, this little musical brain that I made. I'm calling it the musical brain because it's a little bit more than your regular step sequencer. So that's the randomize feature. Now I did get some ideas here because somebody asked me if you could like change the chord between the different steps pages. So I might add that in an update to the plugin. Amber Davis ascending. That's awesome. We can also change the length of the note so it becomes more snappy. Or more longer notes. Thanks for the sub. So it's a really magical thing. And then of course there's more parameters and more things you can do in this plugin. You can change page. Now we're watching the velocity page, and this is how hard the notes are pressed on the keyboard, on the piano in this case. But you can change this to chance. Now the chance here for each of these steps to trigger is 100%. But we can change this, so we lower the chance. And that means it's going to be less chance. It's going to be throwing a dice. And it's going to be like a 20% chance that the other notes here will be triggered. So you're going to get even more organic flavor into your arpeggio sequences. So you can hear some of these steps get like left out. Yes, so that's how this Morningdew Arpeggiator works in a nutshell, and how you can use it. And like I said, you only need a couple of instruments and a couple of notes like this, and you get a nice little arrangement going, like this. Maybe go a little bit more bluesy. Yes, performance over. So that's the Morningdew Arpeggiator. And it's available from my store, store.morningdewmedia.com. If you're interested and if you make music yourself and you want this cool arpeggiator. Yes, so we're gonna do some requests, listen to some music. But my son's waking up here, so I'm gonna shake up on him, and I'll be back in a sec. Yes, back in the game. Right, so where were we? We were taking some requests. We're gonna listen to some awesome game music. Game tracks. I've seen you posted a lot of requests on Discord. I'm gonna check if I can log into Discord. Because the plan was to pick some of the tracks you posted on the Discord channel. I have a few of them, or at least one of them here on open in YouTube Music. Today it's the chocolate balls day, so I have some chocolate balls ready for consumption to some great music. Yes, and like I said earlier, if you do super chats, of course you're gonna get prioritized your requests. But I'm gonna try to cover some requests. So I'm gonna just check up on the chat here. I missed so many messages during my little performance. Sorry about that. Planet of Lena OST, Amber Davis. Yeah, I have so many requests on covering soundtracks, especially like covering whole soundtrack albums. And I'm doing my best. I've been sick, as you probably heard, for almost 2 weeks. Hopefully it's better today, at least. Hired for battle songs in Genshin. C418 music. Yeah, we could do some of that. Wherein mobile. Gift you $1. Thanks. Appreciate the super chat. Right, so we gotta begin with the first track of today, and it's actually from Genshin Impact, Benediction of Dreams. The Shimmering Voyage, Volume 4. And up till now, we've been listening to my own track. This is Icariana again, and if you're a regular on my stream, you've heard this track multiple times. Gonna increase the volume for our next track. Friendly friend, hi there, good to see you. How are you? My god. Now there's chocolate all over the place. That's how it goes. Yeah, next track, Benedict of Dreams. Oh damn, that's beautiful. Speaking of twinkling piano. Damn, this is really beautiful song. There's many things that I really like in this track. The choirs, for once, of course. Jelly beads for the stream, friendly friend, nice. But I mean, did you hear the bass? Listen to the bass there. It's not often that you hear these calm tracks when you have like slide bass in between the notes. That's really, it's beautiful, but it's not common if you think about it. And love the twinkling piano too, of course. It's really beautiful. What happened to the piano, by the way? There we have it. Nice resolution there. A beautiful song. Idkim, thanks for the super chat. Big thanks. Yeah, so the previous track, Benedicts of Dreams. Really beautiful song. I really need to get two monitors here. I just have one single display here, so I cannot see the chat all the time. So sorry for missing out on some messages. To quell 7 calamities. As Dana boss music introduced me to Genshin. Okay, friendly friend. Mesmerizing waves. One piano track that will make you cry. F-Type 77. Yeah. Yeah, it does sound like a snow area theme, that one with the... It's always so, when you have the twinkling piano there, I always think of like snow and ice and stuff like that. Can you use an iPad for chat? Yeah, absolutely. I do use that sometimes. I had 2 displays, but now I have my second display for the game streaming station. And I don't want to move around that, but I have this really big iPad, a 12-inch one. Let's see here. Seaskell, you're gonna request a track, Vignette Penance from Hyperlight Drifter. Oh, I heard a lot of good stuff about that game, Hyperlight Drifters. And speaking of games, I actually tried playing the 9 Souls. Anyone play that? Quite hard game. Especially, I mean, coming from Silksong. You have to parry. Practice parrying like hell. To quell 7 calamities. Next up. Dotorebos. Really cool vibe in this track, and it sounds after listening to like the previous Genshin tracks, which is more of like an orchestral, and yeah, there were some synths in some tracks and the boss tracks, but very different arrangement in this one. Composed and arranged by Xui Wang. His boss themed debut. Okay. Sorry for misspelling the names here. Swinglish boss time. Now we're in the Middle Eastern. It seems to be a lot of stuff crammed into this track. And is it a sax that's introduced now? It's actually a quite weird mixture of instruments. At least they're coming from the previous Genshin tracks, or the previous Genshin boss tracks. Yeah, a lot of dissonances. Yeah, this feels a little bit too chaotic for me, but I guess I understand it's made to make you feel unsettled, and it makes me feel unsettled. But I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way. It feels a little bit too like it's so sad because some of it is so well structured, and then you have this weird instrumentation. Maybe they should have left out the sax. I don't know if it's some kind of instruments that attach to the character in some way. It's hard to know that listening to the track here out of place without like in the game. Yeah, this happens all the time, and this happens to me all the time, that you add too much instruments in a track, and that's exactly what I hear in this track. So maybe it's a young composer. Do you know the age of this composer, or how long he or she has been composing? It's usually something that young composers do, because when you're new in the game, especially if you're new in the game and you're starting working composing for games, you want to show off everything. You want to show all your skills, all your jazzy skills, and all the chords, and all the arpeggios, and all the instruments you have in your catalog. And that's actually a very bad thing about having. I mean, I have so many discs. I have like 7 discs on this table only, and they are all filled with samples. And guess how many of the discs I use when I compose? 0. Because I compose on the piano. But then when you're arranging, of course, you want to have more instruments. But it's so easy when you have all these sample libraries to just overdo it and add too many things. I don't want to shit too much on the track, but I'm just giving my honest impression here on it feels like it's a little bit too oversaturated with instruments. But it makes me feel unsettling. And now it's like the bazaar in Diablo or something. The bazaar in Diablo. Is there even a bazaar in Diablo? It was the only game that came to my mind. Maybe it's because I was given the soundtrack from Lord of Shadows from my brother the other day. Damn, that's a good soundtrack. Anyone heard that one? Mad Scientist. Yeah, it makes much more sense probably in the game. So sorry for shitting on the arrangement a bit there, but it feels a little bit too, especially the saxophone. Saxophone is for special tracks. Yeah, maybe it's the crazy thing there. Yes. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this track. Praina paramito padese to quell 7 calamities. At least that I can tell you. To beat Forsaken Hollow Knight OST from Night Rain. Yeah. Yeah, I saw your request. Thanks, Dlazers, for the super chat. So as I said earlier, super chats are, of course, prioritized. But I'm going to keep that one in mind. Forsaken Hollow. We're going to take Dlazers' request here first. Don't you worry. In the search field, obviously. Which one is that? The Blue Prince. Westwardly Wind. The Blue Prince OST. Full extended soundtrack. Blue Prince music. Maybe that's the one. What's the track name? Westwardly Wind. There we have it. Found it. Beautiful. Yeah, very introspective indeed. Oh, that's beautiful. Ba ba da ba dum, da ba da ba dum. Layla, Forsaken Hollow OST. Yeah, it's in the queue. What a chill track. Beautiful. Beautiful. When you get inspired, you get inspired. Yeah. It was not me cooking. It was the track. Beautiful track. Thanks for the recommendation there, Dlazers. Blueprints. What kind of game is that? Is that a puzzle game? Westwardly Wind. Damn, we gotta listen to more of that soundtrack sometime. Layla, no worries. The correction of the song is a great Hollow Knight. Yeah, from Night Rain, Forsaken Hollow. Gonna see if I can find the official one. It's wonderful to have a mixture of tracks. Here we have the Forsaken Hollows OST. The official, I think. Game Rip can't be the right one. Anyone got the Discord app working? Had real problems to get the Discord app running. I think they had some major problems today with the API. Absolutely. I mean, that's what I love with doing this game music show. It's listening to different genres, different music pieces. Music from all over the globe. That makes me happy. And we get so much inspiration from listening to the tracks. Like when we're listening to this Blueprints track. Just want to play forever. Original score, The Great Hollow. It's brooding. Why? I'm trying to pause there. It's really lovely layering in this track, the layering of the instrumentation. It's a little bit low volume on this particular, where I'm listening from this track, but FromSoft, always excellent tracks, always bangers. They're always very high quality in the arrangements, and very ominous, dark and brooding arrangement. I thought I heard some cembalon in there. Cembalon. Mixed with the piano. It's a really cool sound. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if we can. A bit better sound in this one. Yeah, fire away requests, but super chats are of course prioritized. The night version. Ah, this is the day version. Okay, sorry. Ah, there we have it. Much better sound. It's like listening to a God of War track. You feel very powerful when you hear these type of tracks, and you really want to dig in. And personally, I want to like dig in and play some Dark Souls and battle some epic bosses. Yeah, I have no idea why people upload their own versions of the soundtracks on YouTube and then have the worst quality ever. What the hell's wrong with people? What the hell? They don't have any manners. Bloody A. Yeah, I saw some question there regarding will you do music? Show music production, like at the beginning of the live. Well, you have my music courses over on edu.morningdewmedia.com, like music theory courses and all this stuff. A lot of music production stuff too, and like learning Logic Pro, the DAW here we was looking at earlier in the stream. So I do have like dedicated courses. It's like hundreds of hours of teaching over at my education platform. But yeah, I intend to do a little bit of this and that on this channel. So it's not just gonna be these like dedicated game music reaction shows, but I mean it's a cool concept. I love games, and I've been doing music for games for a long time myself, and for other projects. Been in plenty of bands, released tons of albums. So I feel I have a lot of stuff to share when it comes to music, and also a lot to learn, because that's what I do during these streams. I listen in on the music and yeah, learn parts, and we have that upcoming little game and music concert where I'm gonna play some of my favorite, and hopefully some of your favorite game music tracks too. Okay, we have another request from Mew Mew. Can you listen to Tales of YouTube? Tales from the Snow Mountain, Yupeng. Yupeng. Yeah, of course, super chat. I'm gonna do it for you. Yeah, I was gonna put it in the queue. Yeah, I'll make sure to let you know when we can stop taking the requests. But if we do have some requests that like carry on to the next stream, it's okay. We're gonna do more of these streams, don't you worry. But I'm a bit sad for the beginning of the video here, or the beginning of the stream where my ISP didn't work properly. hellish. Dlazers, thanks for the super chat to boost the Blueprints OST. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got the Blueprints OST boosted. I'm gonna take a note of that so I don't forget it. It's a wonderful track, that one. Blueprints OST. Let's continue listening. But again, people, stop uploading bad quality music to YouTube of others' music, for God's sake. Hilarious. Yeah. Thanks. The Riddle FF16. Really epic track. And beautiful ending. Yeah, you get kind of eager to play one of the FromSoft games when you hear that track. I was thinking about Demon Souls here earlier today. Man, the graphics in Demon Souls, that's something else. And Sony, goddamn, make a Bloodborne remake or Bloodborne 2. The Zone OST, okay. Yeah, I would love to play a Night Train someday too, but I just have too many games in my pile of shame at the moment. Yeah, they are really complex arrangements. It's almost like every track I hear from the FromSoft soundtracks, I feel like I need to go back and like re-listen to the track 3 or 4 times to really get the feel for the melodies and arrangements. There's so many details to listen into, and very epic tracks. I was very much reminded of God of War, and I have a really fun story. Story time, cha-ching! I have a really fun story from when I was at, I think it was Gamescom in Germany. I don't know if it's like 10 years back or something. It might be even more, 12, 13 years back. But I was at a hotel. I think it was after the show in the evening. I was at the hotel and I went to the hotel bar. And there was another German guy in the bar. And we sat there, drank some beer, and started talking games because he had this badge from Gamescom. So I just asked him, "Oh, you're at the convention, you too?" Yeah. And somehow we got into talking about God of War, and I said I was like the biggest fan. Really big fan of the first 2 games on the PS2, and he was also a really big fan of the God of War series. And he got like super excited, super exhilarated, and started talking about, you feel so powerful when you play those games. It feels like you can take down the world. It's a funny little event there. But I mean, you can meet up with the fellow gamers in the most weirdo places. Köln, yes, Köln. It's a beautiful town, really beautiful town. I've had so much fun in those conventions. Especially, I think I was at some NVIDIA party. There's always free drinks, free beers, free everything, free snacks, free cakes. Right, so that was the Great Hollow Knight. And a little bit of God of War stories. So next in line we have Tales from the Snow Mountain. Factory recommendation there. Great track. So another Genshin Impact song coming up here. Tales from the Snow Mountain. Proper mix. A beautiful intro in that track with the piano arpeggio and the children choir. Somehow I'm reminded of the film Home Alone. Very warm film. Yeah, go get yourself the Menu Boss t-shirt. This is our new merch here on the channel, the Menu Boss, referring to the beautiful menu music of your favorite games. May it be Silk Song, menu music, or whatever, but it's the Menu Boss that makes you sit and chill in the menu and just listen to the music. Never press start. Never press the dart. Yeah, I need to check that music video. It's like Christmas movies. Oh. Why do you always send me these tracks? Now I need to cry. It's a beautiful track, and these tracks, they awake so many memories in me. It's very moving. It's beautiful. Love the choirs and the piano. The playing is just, you're paying master piano player. what a beautiful arrangement. This is one of those tracks where you just don't want to stop you don't want to stop that kind of track. But it's very emotional track. It's so lovely. But again, the real orchestra. I mean, when I listen to my own arrangements now after hearing so many fine game themes from Genshin Impact with the real orchestra, I just want to throw them out of the window. It makes so much difference having the real players with 30-40 years of experience playing their instruments. And beautiful. Tales from the Snow Mountain. Yeah, maybe I'll learn to play that track someday and include it in the upcoming game music concert. It's a beautiful track. Thanks for recommending that one. Yeah, it has that's why I referred it to Home Alone. Because it is tragic that the little kid gets left alone all the time. Yeah. Home Alone. Genshin. Home Alone. Yeah, we have some more requests and more recommendations. But we have to take the super chat requests prioritized. So next up we have the riddle from Final Fantasy 16. Composed by Masayoshi Soken. Seiken Densetsu. Haha! What game? I'm feeling the vibe in this one. Damn, there's so much march in this one and really propelling the track forward. And yeah, you feel encouraged to go into battle. I always wonder when I hear these type of tracks when you have this ostinato going on, this repeating figure, and because it's really hard composing with that, because you feel like you have to continue with that. When you start on doing these ostinatos, especially if you're composing, you feel like you have to stick to that ostinato, and it sometimes can be a little bit hard to break out of that, repetitiveness, and it's very easy to get stuck, and suddenly it's just a repetition throughout the whole song, and then you have to scrap the idea. But that's so lovely to hear all these small changes that happens to the ostinato there. And all the details added throughout. stabs. I'm just listening. We're gonna listen to that part, of course, but I'm just listening to the layering in the instrumentation there, and it's lovely to hear that even though it's like this really pounding battle theme, you have a lot of like flutes and woodwinds in there. Of course, the layers are like going in and out of the arrangement, which is a very lovely detail and makes it a much more enjoyable listen, because there's always things happening there throughout. It's gotta be cool to hear what happens with the choir there. No. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. How do you break out of that ongoing repetition that you have going, the ostinato? And now we have a different section here, breaking out from that. Really beautiful soaring strings. Love that soaring part. Yeah, it's you can always hear when it's Final Fantasy music. It's always has this. When it's battle music, there's always this marching thing going on, and it's a very different style. The Genshin Impact soundtrack and the Final Fantasy soundtrack. But I know a lot of soundtracks, especially RPGs, they are so inspired by the Final Fantasy soundtrack. At least some years back. It's starting to get a little bit more like experimental and far out there in the later RPG games. FF16. No, I don't think I played that one. I played like the earlier Final Fantasy. 6, 7, I think I played 6, 7, 8 a little bit, and 10 a little bit. And I have 12. Final Fantasy 12 also on the... Was that on the PS2? I have a few of them, but I haven't played them to the end. Only like the older, really old Final Fantasies. But what a track. The Riddle. Bolero. It's a really nice detail there with the operatic singing. Maybe they could have had more of that on the track. I mean, when they're gonna have operatic vocals on the track, why not add it a little bit more? But here it's like a small icing on the cake of the rest of the arrangement, I guess. It's like Star Wars there with the marching. Da-da-da-dum. Yes, that was Final Fantasy 16, The Riddle, composed by Masayoshi Soken. Next we have Vignette Panacea. Vignette Panacea from Hyperlight Drifter. Next we have Vignette Pineapple. Disaster Piece. Great composer, by the way. Love his work. Vess. For you. Yeah, we're chilling out, listening to gaming music, your favorite themes. Hyperlight Drifter, Vignette Panacea. It's really cool that you can actually, if I didn't know that this was Disaster Piece, I would have suggested that it was a Disaster Piece song. Because you can hear it in the sound design or the sound choices, at least if you have heard his past work. And I've listened to a lot of his tracks from his past track record, but I haven't heard much from this game. Hyper Light Drifter. I've seen some trailers of the gameplay. And been intrigued, of course, to play it. But again, the pile of shame. I guess this is one of the games in my pile of shame. It's really breaking up there. A lot of saturation or a lot of distortion on the sounds. Yeah, same here. We gotta play it on the stream sometime. Yep, the infamous pile of shame. Steam library. But unfortunately, I don't have a very large Steam library. Maybe I mentioned it, but I mostly play on the PS4 and the PS5 these days. In the past, when I was younger, I obviously played on the PC and on the good old Nintendos. I do sometimes play on the Switch, playing Ori, did play Metroid Dread. But damn, we need to stream Ori too. There's so many games. The pile of shame. It's ever crawling in the back of your mind. Yeah, but like I said, you can hear in the sound design that this is from a Disaster piece. He loves doing like these really crunchy sounds that kind of gets almost like broken apart. Anyone heard Fess soundtrack? And play the game, by the way. I don't know how many times I've talked about that. Mikey Dada, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Yeah, we're listening into some tracks here. I'm taking community requests. The plan today was to actually launch tracks from the Discord channel, because we have a lot of a pile of shame tracks, a whole list of suggested songs for the upcoming reaction shows. But unfortunately, as soon as I launched the stream, the bloody Discord application stopped working because it couldn't access the API. Couldn't access their server, rather. Some backend problems. But what do you do? So now we're taking requests here, and like I said earlier, super chats is prioritized. But I think we covered all the super chats so far, so I'm just gonna head up a bit in the pile of shame. We had Village Surrounded by Green, Genshin Impact, requested earlier. So we're gonna take a listen to that one. We're all over the place today. Bum ba bum bum. It's so lovely, the light bouncing on the melody there. Is this from the Sumeru region? Or which region is this from? I don't know if I've heard this track before. It's really hard to remember all the tracks that I'm covering. It's gonna happen that I forget the track and we're gonna listen to tracks multiple times. I thought about like making a list somewhere and input all the tracks that we listen to, but it's gonna be impossible because we're doing so many streams. Okay, Sumerian region. Thanks. It is like magic listening to all those slides in the violins there. It's so magical to hear that. That's also a thing that's like impossible to do with samples, to get those slides right. And once you start listening to all those details in like real orchestral arrangements and you hear arrangements done with samples, you're gonna hear less of those slurs and like real legato lines when you transition between notes and slide many pitches. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ending there with that little trill on the nylon guitar. Yeah, I agree. It's a very warm track, this one. It just makes you warm inside and feel happy and joyful. Beginning the track with that bouncing, dancing melody. It was a really nice addition also, that like warm flute that comes in occasionally here at the end of the track. I don't know if it was earlier, I just picked it up here at the end. And the hand drum there, that's really up front in the mix. And I always come back to that. They have so good mixes, especially in the early tracks. I guess this is an early track. It reads 2022, Forest of Inanna and Vidaya. Hi there, Tarnished. Been a long time. How are you these days? Good to see you. Exactly. I agree on that, Siskel. The instrument choice is immaculate. Yeah, it's a really exquisite sound. They really managed to get a warm mix here. But again, the slurs, all those slurs and smaller details in the violin playing, it's magical. It's a magical track. Makes me happy. So big thanks for recommending this one. Yeah, I've heard many special tracks, but still my favorite is MIDI Prospects. That's just... I'm dying every time I'm hearing that track. It's just so magical. Yes, I'm taking requests here today, so we are going through some queue of songs. Next we have Waltz of the Tornado. And of course, if you do a super chat, love if you do a super chat, your request is going to be prioritized. Waltz of the Tornado, Gajin Entertainment. War Thunder, Air Forces. Wow. Damn, it sounds like it's gonna become like a drum and bass drop or something. What a cool intro to the track. Yeah, I saw some questions regarding the request here, the queue. Well, we have covered all the super chats, so now I'm just picking here from the pile. I haven't made a list of the other tracks here, so I'm just going through the chat and picking tracks. But if you do a super chat, it's going to be prioritized. But now we're listening to Waltz of the Tornado, War Thunder. Oh yes! Finally! I never thought you'd ask. Ragnarok Online. What a soundtrack. But I haven't heard it in a long time, so that's gonna be cool. I love that soundtrack, the old one. Yeah, gotta take that after this one. Here comes the waltz. It's a really cool mix between electronic sounds and orchestral samples. Indeed, it's unpredictable what's going to happen in the track. It's really cool with the waltz there in between everything. The corn part. Here comes the drop. second drop. Damn. The track is really exploding here at the end there. It really blew up in the stereo spectrum. Great track, thanks for the recommendation. Waltz of the Tornado from War Thunder Air Forces, Volume 2. Gain Entertainment. Yes, so next up we're going back. We're going back to Ragnarok Online. Christmas in the 13th month. We're doing the waltz here. The waltz thing. It's so cool. This track really has some mystery. It's really uplifting, but at the same time, there's underlying mystery in the track too. In the chord changes there, gives you a little bit of mystery. I haven't heard this track before, to be honest. I only listened to the first soundtrack album of Ragnarok Online. I don't recall what the name of that one is, but the really early tracks for Ragnarok Online. Danny Elfman. Christmas in the 13th month. Ragnarok Online. Next, we're gonna listen to Mesmerizing Waves. But I just wanna check here. Yeah. This is what I remember from Ragnarok Online. Yeah. MMO RPG. Yeah, this is memories. The memories. The memories. Yeah, I'm gonna put up it on the track here in the background. Docus Maximus. Another person asked already, have you played Guild Wars 2? Ah, the memories! Theme of Frontera. This is how you do it. With a chill track. We haven't listened to Guild Wars 2. Unfortunately. Not yet. Exactly. Killing Porings. Yeah, I played this myself back in the day. It's so hilariously perfect with the David Foster bass there, the 80s bass in the background. Yeah, lovely memories. Thank you, Siskel. See you next time. Right, guys, so tomorrow we're doing a Mugenics soundtrack reaction. So make sure you join in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European Time. And we're gonna listen into more tracks from Mugenics because the previous stream just blew up. And I had an extremely fun time listening to the soundtrack and yeah, checking that intro trailer to the game. Hilarious game. But we have another track, Mesmerizing Waves. And then we have to cut the stream short for tonight. Chill track to end the stream with. We've really been all over the place tonight. From really epic pieces to waltz to the funky old retro music of Ragnarok Online. Really nice, nice memories going back to that. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do more of these. We have been doing some of these more occasional, like request community pick streams, and I've been thinking of doing more of those, but maybe focus on letting people on the Patreon vote, so we can get more people onto the Patreon and the Discord channel. There's so many tracks, and unfortunately it didn't work out today with the Discord channel, because that was my plan before launching the stream. But then everything blew up. Yeah, great track. Thanks for the recommendation there on Mesmerizing Waves. But yeah, plan was to get some tracks from the Discord, because I was looking at the Discord channel earlier today and I thought we have to do one of the streams where we just listen in on the posted songs, because I have a specific channel in our Discord channel. Join the Discord channel, by the way. There's a link in the description if you're not on the Discord yet. But we have a specific OST requests channel there. So, this is from Moonstadt. Yeah, beautiful place. Beautiful warm place. Home. Yes, I was juggling. Should I play tonight or should we do another reaction? But then again, I wanted to show you this new plugin that I've been developing behind the scenes, and also do a little bit of listening here. Beautiful song. Yeah, but we're gonna do more of these streams. Don't you worry. And I've talked about it earlier too, that we might launch streams earlier in the day too, so we can get to people from other areas of the world, Indonesia and Australia. So maybe we'll do one of these streams also earlier on in the daytime, or earlier for my time zone. We can use some kind of Google sheet. Yeah, but it's also it's nice to have them also collected on the Discord channel. But it sometimes it can be end up in discussions in the channel too. Yeah, thanks a lot for joining in, guys. I hope you had a nice time here, although we had some technical difficulties in the intro. Maybe I'll edit this stream and just cut out the first part because it was so much technical issues, and maybe repost this as a video. We'll see. I had a nice time. And many thanks for the super chats today, guys. Thanks a lot for that. And many great requests. We had a blast here listening to some new music. And some old but gold. The Ragnarok Online. I never thought you guys would be asking for that, but it's so fun to... It makes me so happy to get those requests, like for older soundtracks that I grew up with and listened to death. I've listened to that soundtrack so many times, and also of course played the game. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. It's been a blast, Mr. Roboto, Docus Maximus, Defiance Anarchy. I hope you'll have a nice evening, and don't miss out joining the stream tomorrow, Eugenics Part 2. See you tomorrow. It's tomorrow, next stream. Tomorrow evening. I can post a link here so you can find the stream without needing to search. But I hope you get a notification as soon as we start that stream tomorrow. Damn, my eyes are bleeding. Docus, thanks for the sub. Thanks for joining the channel. Let's see here. So here we have the link to tomorrow's live stream. There you have it. So just click the stream and set the reminder, so you get the reminder tomorrow. And again, I can't recommend enough to join in either on my Patreon, patreon.com/LLeon, or join in on our Discord channel, because YouTube sometimes, you know how it is, the algorithm works its own magic, and it's a lot easier to get a notification via the Discord channel or the Patreon when I launch the streams, or you get like an extra notification, so you don't miss out. Yeah, thanks for joining today. Don't forget to check out the new Merc, the menu boss. There should be a link to the Merc below the stream. Yeah. See you next time. Bye. See you tomorrow. Yeah, have a nice evening, everybody. See ya. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be in the early morning as always. Alex, he's up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And this week, I mean, I've been both sick and also up quite late in the evening because I've been working on the plugin. And up very early, so I'm like super tired.